to the Weird Show. This is test number 1. We couldn't figure out how to do the stream live, so we're just going to record something just to prove that we can at least do that. Russell here with my co-host James Bills. How are you, James?
I'm doing good tonight.
All right, well, we've dilly-dallied around in our software, and anyway, we're just going to record some tests and then have a conversation, actually. And I think we can actually maybe even take a phone call and set that test up. We're just testing for what will be some other shows. So anyway, we'll wind this down and kind of have a little talk here, but we're working on a possible radio show with GCN, and then they would be our distributor for content if we want to get picked up by other radio stations across the U.S. And that's something we can experiment with, and I think that's kind of worth the shot of doing that.
I'm a little concerned, though.
What's that?
You're less than 6 feet away from me.
Oh, no. Yeah, we can't have that.
I think it's like 3.5. But I do have my makeshift COVID-19 mask on here with the skulls on it.
I could do that too.
Awesome. Now we're protected. We're good. We're like Leslie Nielsen on Naked Gun. Very protected.
Is that right? I haven't seen that damn thing in years. All right, so there we go.
Perfect.
All right. We were looking to experiment with the GCN stream, which will allow for a syndicated show. What we would do is just basically be available to be on radio stations, James, and that's why I wanted to pursue the opportunity to be with those guys. I used to have a show with them 20 years ago, and kind of how I came to know Alex Jones somewhat, because he was on there, and I used to watch him do the public access shows. So I have a relationship with GCN, having worked for Alex, so I kind of know those guys. Anyway, it's pretty reasonable price-wise to try to just to have that as our distribution output. But I think we could do the Weird Show, Weird Radio. I like the Weird Show. You know, I bought ParanoidAmerica.com not too long ago.
Which is great.
And that's, I don't know, that's just something to play with. That could be a something down the road there. I don't know. It could be a segment. But
considering how many conspiracy theories are out right now, yeah, that's
Paranoid America. I think that could definitely be a good .com that we could use here if things stay the way they're staying. Also, the idea is to sell, to have an avenue in this climate to sell advertising and to have a product that, my background is advertising, and I think bringing back the Weird Show, even Weird Magazine, and hand me that Weird over there, if you don't mind. We're looking at creating another edition of Weird that would be for subscription only, and so that's kind of some of the idea here is to go back to some of our paranormal stuff and kick that off. So that's part of the idea is to do some things that are going to be conducive to this market if things keep staying trippy.
There's some great articles in there that I was looking at. A couple of the things in there actually that I haven't read before, and so definitely was very eye-opening, the magazine. There's some things in there that's enlightening, but
it talks about 5G. There's some things on chemtrails in this upcoming issue. There's some cool articles on Project Serpo. There's it's a little bit of everything. There's quite a bit of paranormal. What I like about it, and let me see it again, James, just real quick, because the topics are on there. Music, politics, art, paranormal, conspiracy, culture, attitude. These are things that we've done. We've done 101 of these in the past.
What's cool is if you look at the picture. So Russell sent this to me, and a couple days ago, his design on there, and if you see, it's a guy with wires coming out of his head, and he's deep in thought. And
he's in front of the TV. He's being blown away with the TV.
Yeah.
You see the TV's in front of him there.
And I read it as he's trying to control the world. Is how I read it when I saw it. So there's so many different ways to see it. But what's funny is when I saw that, I literally was standing out in my yard and was doing some video for some training stuff, and in my background, over my shoulder, there was planes flying over, and with palm trails behind it or chemtrails behind it, and instantly I sent you a video over and said, check out what's in the background.
I didn't know that. I thought that was old, but that was
that was just
then.
Yeah.
Huh? Oh wow. Yeah, they had been spraying a lot recently. So there's some articles on chemtrails. I wonder, what does the chemtrails have to do with anything 5G related? I wonder if there's a connection with that. But I believe it's weather manipulation, and there's one of the sites I subscribe to on YouTube. I gotta think of the guy's name, but he covers this stuff immensely, and he brings up on his screen as he's streaming. He brings up a weather system software program, and he goes in. And you know how you can see the clouds in your, I don't know what that's called. It's not political, but it's a geophysical look of the atmosphere from the satellites. And he zooms in and he says, "Oh yeah, look right here." And he's rubbing the mouse around the screen as he shows the wind currents, and you can see where they're spraying these lines. And he says, "Yeah, you see here, they're directing the high pressure system south, and by the spraying and the way what they're putting in there, he's got this stuff down, and it's mind blowing when you see it, because it is correct. He says, well, look, watch here in 2 days, that low pressure system's gonna move away, and the high pressure one comes in, and you'll see. Watch, the temperatures will go lower."
Well, you know what's funny about the chemtrails is that there's so many people that are into it, as far as conspiracies behind the government putting chemicals into the air, and they're making us sick and things of that nature. But the reality of it is clouds are created by more molecules stacking on top of each other. And if there's nothing there to begin with, the tendency of them stacking up's not there. And so if you create these water droplet type trails, you definitely could create more clouds that would stack up as they spread out over a period of time.
Listen, we have a phone caller on. You're on the Weird Show. Who's calling? Go ahead.
Hey there, this is CJ.
Hey CJ, you're on the air. I had to turn your mic back on, but you're fine. How's it going? Welcome to the Weird Show. You got a question?
Yeah, what I was wondering about is, why is there such a big movement of people that are trying to convince us currently that this virus is all a part of a conspiracy of the 5G towers, and why they believe that it doesn't exist at all, and that these symptoms are coming from 5G itself?
Well, I don't know all the sources for why that is coming up either. I think that from what I heard initially is that the Wuhan virus, the whole virus epidemic in Wuhan, because they said Wuhan launched 5G first. So that's where the rumors are coming from, is from what I'm understanding and what I'm hearing on other fellow YouTuber channels. That's what I've been hearing. But I had another friend of mine ask me the other day, yeah, that's why they did it, because they started it in Wuhan. And I go, yeah, but they've been advertising they've been talking 5G since, the NFL season last year. So what, they've been just promoting that it's coming and it's not here?
So the test pattern started in Wuhan, and so with it starting and coming online over there, the belief was that because they got sick first, that's what actually created this. The rebuttal to that is this. We have over 400,000 people in America right now that has the coronavirus, and the crazy thing about that is that we're not online with 5G here in America yet. So if 5G is not online here and everybody's getting sick, they're not getting sick from the 5G being on all the way over in China.
Well, my question is, why is it that whenever we're logging into Wi-Fi in certain areas, we get the option for the router name or the router name with 5G if 5G isn't online.
Well, that's what my argument was to my buddy the other day that was calling from San Antonio. Is he was saying there's no 5G, and I said, well, wait a minute, that's not true because my Spectrum router has a 2.4 G speed and a 5G speed coming out of my router. I have two passwords in my home network. One's 5G and one's 2.4 speed. So, I mean, there is coming out of my own Wi-Fi in my house 5G. Is that the same 5G as the cell phone's 5G?
See, I don't see that because I
don't
live
know.
off the grid. And so, living off the grid, I don't have Wi-Fi, and I don't
Yeah,
have all that type of stuff, so I don't see that
Yeah,
coming
James,
on.
you're out in the sticks.
Yes, I stay away from all you people out there. This ain't my COVID-19 mask only. This is so y'all don't know who I am.
Well, no one's paying fucking attention to this anyway. It's a test broadcast. But, no, I mean, that's a great point, caller. So, any other topics on your mind tonight?
Does it have to be serious?
Never.
Nothing's ever serious. It's the weird show.
Oh. Well, how come every time that I poop, I also pee, but not every time I pee, I poop? I think it's kind of bullshit.
I don't know. We'll have to see a doctor on that one.
Yeah, well, that'll be on the Weird Doctor show.
That's up to you and your doctor. All right, there we go. That's the caller. We'll take another commercial break, and then we'll come back with the doctors that really know the answer to that question. I have to call somebody. We'll be back with more Weird Show after this.